Yeah. So they share in detail what information got lost, and then it's basically like KYC stuff, and then some of it mass, some of it not. Only
Dude, look
some
at
of their
that.
customers.
That's a big one.
But I mean, Coinbase isn't. This happened. This happened. I think I forget. There have been several exchanges that this has happened to, and if you listen to any of those podcasts with June Seth, where he's interviewing people who do this professionally, where they'll take this data, they'll buy it from people, and then they'll try to social engineer people. This is there's tons of these databases out there. Several of them that probably several exchanges have probably been hacked and not even known it.
Yeah, but this is like this is I don't know. I guess this is more serious because it is Coinbase. It's like the biggest exchange. It's also, it's also a ticker on Wall Street. Uh, he kind of came out there like, doing his very like stern kind of thing. You typically don't see him do that type of thing. I was very shocked that he went that route. Um, so I don't know. I was just kind of shocked through the whole thing. I'm surprised more people aren't talking about this because to me it's the biggest story of the week. I was just like, because like the people that are going to get hurt are going to be the people that are going to get hacked through this, and the fact that he's not trying to recover this data is alarming.
Well, you just can't recover. He could pay the ransom, but there's no guarantee that the data doesn't exist elsewhere.
It doesn't matter. He should pay
What?
the ransom. He needs to get that data back. Like, yeah,
Well,
I know what you're saying. Like he does, but like he needs to figure out like obviously what happened,
well,
and
I think he does know.
but he needs to retrieve some of the data. Um,
Why retrieve it? I don't get, because if you retrieve the data, it doesn't mean that the data doesn't exist somewhere else.
I mean, there's always something called entrapment. You could send out, say you're going to pay them, and then entrap them. Have you ever seen a movie called Ransom? That's literally what they do. They kidnap the kid, they kidnap his kid, and then Mel Gibson goes and says, "I'm not going to pay the ransom," and they literally say, "Oh, I am going to pay," and they pay him, and they trap the people. I mean, didn't they do that with the rappers people that got caught stealing from all that Bitcoin from that crypto bank? I
I
I
don't.
mean, I'm kind of going all over the place now, but I'm saying like
Yeah.
they need to figure out a way to capture them to find out how much data.
Well, they put up a $20 million bounty on information that leads to the arrest. That they're doing what you're
To me, it was just
wanting
like,
them to
to me
do.
when I
I think.
saw this, I was just like, it was handled completely wrong. Like, because
Hmm.
you don't want to come out and say like, I'm not gonna pay you and I'm hunting for you, because now all that data is probably everywhere now. Like you probably shouldn't have said anything. Obviously, you want to say like the data's out there publicly, but you don't want to. The last thing you want to do is get that data propagated everywhere, because now it's
Well, I think
probably out there
it might be
and
useful to
distributed
it might be
everywhere.
useful to imagine that uh, he's probably not making this decision on his own from his like bedroom, and he probably has a group of people skilled in thinking about these types of things and understand. You don't think so? You
I
think
mean,
he's running
I mean,
Coinbase?
yes, I think he's very. I would have to say, I would have to say, no, no, hear me out.
Okay.
I have a good reason to believe this, because if you are at a point where you are getting hacked like this, at that level, where they're like, because look how much information he's holding.
But that's all exchanges do that. This is why I have the feelings I have about KYC, is because everyone who is KYCing is giving all of this information to these companies. That's what they hold. If you have an exchange account and you've KYC'd in them, they have that information. It's not just Coinbase. Coinbase is the biggest target, so they're more likely to have this happen to them. But I don't know exactly what I would just guess that they had a lot of internal debate about this, and probably very skilled experts both in ransoms and negotiations. I don't think um, they're making decisions like we would as plebs about this type of thing. I would guess they've thought through all the scenarios
I've never
relatively
given
Oh,
well.
go ahead. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I've never given Coinbase my information, but I think it got to me somehow because I got a suspicious text message last week.
Saying they're from Coinbase.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
And then EK wants to say the FBI does not recommend paying ransom to not incentivize more cyber attacks. That makes sense.
Might just be a deep state though.
A what?
The deep state. It might be what the deep state
Deep state
wants you to think.
we haven't said deep state yet in the episode. So.
I don't know. I guess it's easier for me to armchair quarterback this, but I think it was handled completely wrong. Personally, I don't think you come out there and Mel Gibson this thing and say I'm not paying the ransom, like, you know, especially from that, because yeah, you're. I think you're right. I think he does have people around him now, but even the way he shot the video, like from like that kind of angle,
Yeah, he should have
like,
been speaking in Chinese, right?
no, he did it from like a very kind of like a.
He was
Like,
showing his cards.
no, he just did it like it was almost like he's listening to a lot of PR and like marketing people as opposed to actually listening to security experts or like I don't know.
I would guess he's listening to all of them. He's a billionaire, and there's billions of dollars on the line for that company. If they handle it wrong, I would guess they spent a crap ton of time thinking about how to shoot that video and the right way to do it and what to say and what's the right approach to dealing with.
It is
This
a
type
pretty
of thing is.
bad problem, though. I mean, it's a pretty bad.
Dude, like no, but I'm
leak.
saying, but Keon, do you realize though what he did though? He basically just hung himself because now that information's out there. Like
It was already out there, so
yeah, I guess you're saying, I guess from to me, so I can understand this clear. You're saying as soon as they capture that data, they already lost it.
yeah, it's gone.
I'm saying I don't think they lost it. They should have tried to entrap them by saying we're going to pay you the ransom behind the scenes.
Maybe they
and then
did.
entrapped them.
Maybe this is where it got to this point where they realized they weren't going to be able to entrap them, and so this is the next best thing. We don't know that.
Yeah, we'll see.
You don't know what you don't know.
We'll see, but dude, that's a lot of information.
This is why you have Mike.
If you're on Coinbase or if you're still using Coinbase, you might want to think about you know,
Just don't use Coinbase.
other options.
Yeah, but any other option that KYCs you has this very problem that Coinbase has, and
That's
probably worse security around it.
Well, maybe.
Or better. Maybe they have better ones, but we don't really know because they don't really tell you.
Because that would not be secure.
Yeah. See,
So what they
You're
did is,
trusting
so
them.
like what they got was your name, address, phone number, email, your social security number,
masked.
your mass social security number, but they got the last 4 digits, which would be easy to guess. The rest of it, your bank account numbers. Your mass bank account numbers, your government ID images. Well, that's important. So now, there you go. There's that. Your account data balances, so they know how much Bitcoin you have. Your limited corporate data, so they know if you have a, you know, whatever LLC, C corp, all that kind of stuff. What they didn't get was your login credentials and your private keys. Do they have private keys on Coinbase? I didn't know that.
I think they have their own wallet, so maybe that's why the private keys are relevant. But yeah, if you're using a custodial Coinbase account,
Any ability to move or access customer funds and access to Coinbase Prime accounts, access to Coinbase customer accounts. So what they're going to do about it is we will reimburse customers who were tricked into sending funds to the attacker.
mm-hmm.
So they're going to make them whole. If your data was accessed, you have her email. Maybe that's what you got, Jana. Look, did you receive an email from that?
She's not a customer of them.
No, I didn't receive
Oh.
an email. I received a text message, and it was
A
like,
text message. There you go.
ew,
Extra customer safeguards. Flagged accounts now require additional ID checks for large withdrawals. How are they not? Oh man, this is so crazy. For further security and support operations, opening a new support hub in the US. So I guess they had outside outside U.S. support hubs? So like
Yeah.
in India or something?
Of course.
No, I mean, yeah, but most customer support is external to the United States, and that doesn't mean their security is necessarily weaker.
It's just
Easier to bribe, maybe?
I think it's harder.
a fact of scaling. You need to.
I would guess it's harder to enforce certain security practices in a facility that you cannot like visit and observe and send, your CTO to, or
And breathe down the neck of.
yeah, have the threat of U.S. law.
We have hardened defenses, so we are increased our investment in insider threat detection, automated responses simulating similar security threats, and staying transparent. Wait, were they not transparent before?
They said staying transparent.
Oh, they're staying. Okay.
Seems like
and then we're responding to the criminals. We're $20 million reward fund. So instead of paying the $20 million ransom, we're establishing a $20 million reward fund. So it's a bounty. There you go. Tracing stolen funds, working with industry partners, we've tagged the attackers' addresses so the authorities can track and work to recover assets. So working with law enforcement. So does that mean Michael Saylor's information is on there, you think? Because he's using Coinbase, right? Or I guess he would be Coinbase Prime or something. So his information wouldn't be on there.
Oh, I would bet he's like not even, he has like a personal.
There's a guy at Coinbase that works for him.
That works, yeah. That is only works with MicroStrategy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably.
Well, that's good. Good for MicroStrategy, because I mean that'd be really sad if Michael Saylor's information's out there. That'd be really bad for him.
I don't think that would be that bad for him.
You don't think so? If his information was out there like that?
No, I think everyone knows the address of his mansion after his New Year's Eve
They don't know his social
party.
security number, though.
But that's not a social security number. It's the last 4 digits. So
if you're Michael Saylor right now, are you rethinking your relationship with Coinbase?
no.
Oh, okay. I would.
I mean, where else is he should? I mean, they have so much Bitcoin, they should probably be looking into their own custody solution. But I just think they'd rather pass the buck to.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you saw this face, oh, hang on, if you saw this face, you'd probably be like, yeah.
What?
You'd probably be like, yeah, I feel safe. Do you feel safer? Would you feel safer if he was guarding your Bitcoin, Keyan?
No. But I'm me.